Thanks for shopping here, FUNCLE.
Alright, it's always a pleasure, Minty. Thank you very much. Hello everybody and welcome back to my garage, Zero to Hero. Alright, so we are just here at Minty's and we picked up all of the suspension parts for the customer's 1959 Desoto. So yeah, as you can see, we are using the Ram truck to tow with because obviously the Lada wagon's brakes are still a little bit shot. So yeah, this is basically what we got to work with now. A vehicle that actually struggles to start a bit, but once it gets going, yeah, it's actually very reliable and yeah, it does the job. So yeah, we are gonna head back to the shop. We're gonna start putting this 59 DeSoto back together, and then yeah, hopefully we will be able to go and pick up the Camaro, which has been painted, and also I believe the stickers have already been applied to it. So yeah, hopefully that car's going to be ready for us to pick up in a little bit or later today. So yes, Grandma is still away on holiday, so we still have the house to ourselves. But yeah, let's focus on the work for today and see what we need to get done. Alright, so we are pulling into our shop, and yeah, it's looking quite empty here because we only have the two cars under the roof there. So here we are. Let's quickly switch off the engine and hop out. Alright, so we are going to hopefully install everything on this car today. So we need to put all of the suspension together because as you can see, everything is kind of taken apart. We didn't get the brake parts yet, so Minty says he might have it ready for me a little bit later. So we'll definitely check up on that. But yes, as you can see, I have also primed our 1969 Chevy Impala. So this thing is looking very good. It's definitely going to be a very nice car once we are done with the paint job. And you'll also be pleased to know that I did get all of the parts back. They were chromed. So yeah, everything is over here. We just need to figure everything out and put it back onto the car once it's been painted, obviously. But for now, we are going to tackle the suspension of this 1959 DeSoto. So I actually noticed we did get some lowered leaf springs. So that was basically what the customer ordered. I just paid for it and picked it up with the money that he paid me, obviously. So yeah, we are going to dive into this. Going to grab our toolbox from our little room over here. And we are going to start with the suspension work. So we're going to see if those brake parts are going to be ready. He might actually get it together as we are speaking because he said he's going to sort it out for me. So I might have to make a trip over there again, but that's not a big problem. We can get that sorted out, no problem. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with the rear suspension. And I want to try and bring this trailer a little bit closer with all the parts in it. Alright, so there was a slight change of plans. So I tried to put the trailer a little bit closer, but it just was a little bit too risky. So I decided to just sort all of the parts out. And yeah, everything is basically where it needs to go now. We just need to put everything back together, or put it together for the first time now, because these are all brand new parts. So I still have a couple of small things in my backpack. We can quickly just pop down as well. So there's the steering box. We've got our two tie rods, one for each side, and that is going to go all together for the front. Right, so let's tackle this rear suspension now. First of all, we need to get the parts assembled. Let's just start with the wheel hubs over here. All right, let's grab the next one. Alright, so that is all sorted. Now we can get our differential installed. Alright, perfect. Alright, so let's get our leaf springs on the car, and then we can actually get that axle slipped into here. Alright, so let's do this. We'll just tighten it on the one side for now. Just like that. And let's grab our shock absorber. Alright, perfect. And our leaf spring over here for this side can go on. Let's just see where this bolt is. There it is, or the nut rather. Let's also do up all of those. Perfect. So that is basically the rear end sorted. We just need to mount this shock absorber on this side, just like that, and that is done. Next up, we can get our drive shaft in. So let's just hunker down and bolt it up quickly. There we go. All right, so now we're going to tackle this front suspension. So I think let's mount the parts to the car first, like these upper control arms and the shock absorbers. So I think that way, yeah, once we put everything together, it'll all come together nicely. All right, front shock absorber. We'll just bolt it down at the top. And yeah, we are kind of stepping on the Impala's parts here, so let's just move that aside, just like that. Right, upper control arm goes on there, and shock absorber. All right, that is sorted. Right, so next up, let's start assembling the parts onto this cross member. So our cross member is, all right, this is the driver's side, so we're going to mount the steering box over there. Where's our steering link or steering arm? Probably standing on top of it. There we go. All right, so that goes onto here, and the steering link will go in between the two, just like that. All right, so next up we'll get our tie rods on as well. Yeah, I should actually turn this thing around to get to the bolts a bit easier. Right, so there's the other tie rod for the other side. Let's get that mounted. All right, and up next we're going to mount the lower control arms. So this one goes on this side, and the bolt is on this side, and we've got our strut rod. Let's just put that in and bolt it down. Right, so let's do the right hand side first. We'll put on this part, the hub carrier. Let's get our hub on as well. All right, and then as we are busy with this, let's quickly pop the two torsion bars into place. There they go. All right, there's the one, and the other one for this side, just like that. All right, that is quite low actually. All right, let's grab the next arm over here, lower control arm. Get that bolted down. Let's get our strut rod in. It goes over there. Right, hub carrier. Right, that's the transmission support. We need to actually replace that. All right, and let's just bolt this down as well. All right, hub carrier and the hub. Everything is on. All right, so now we can be able to get this thing on. All right, and bolt it down in all the places. So these bolts were actually loose when we took the old one off the car. I mustn't forget these engine mounts. So let's just do them up from here. It should work out quite well for us. There we go. All right, as for this transmission support. All right, so we've got a couple of bolts to undo on this. All right, so there that goes. That's the old one. This is definitely a bit worn. All right, and gonna get the new one in place. All right, and then let's also bolt up the drive shaft again. So that is sorted out. So that is as far as we can get with the suspension with regards to this car. So now I wanted to check if the brake parts are ready for us over at Minty's. So I'm going to give him a quick phone call and just see if he's got the parts ready. If he doesn't, we'll load the Impala up onto our Ram truck and we'll go and paint this thing quickly. And maybe by then, by the time we get back, Minty will be ready for the parts. So yeah, I think let's just quickly give him a phone call. Alrighty, so yes, we did give a phone call to Minty, and he asked me to pop by to quickly come and pay for all the parts, because obviously he's going to need payment in order to secure the parts for us. So yeah, what I've done is I've loaded the Impala onto our Ram truck already, as you can see. So yeah, I'm about to head over to the paint booth. I also did speak to Alex, the owner of the paint booth. He said that the Camaro is also ready and done, so we can basically pick that car up and bring it back to the shop and try and put it back together. So hopefully everything's going to work out very nicely for us. We're going to be able to get our Impala painted so that it can start curing for over the weekend. And also we can hopefully get the Camaro put back together and sort that car out. And then hopefully the brake parts will also come for the Desoto, and we can sort that car out as well. So yeah, let's hope for the best and make our way over to Alex's paint booth.
Just hit the highway, dust in the air, rusty old Ford with the payload we share. That 69 Chevy, she's seen better days, heading to the island where she'll get a new blaze. Routes wind and narrow, but I smile bright, free as the wind on this sunny day, flying with my heart in my hand on the steering wheel. Island paint booth waiting, soon she'll get her reveal. Driving down the road in my rusty red Ford, tow truck jamming, free as a bird, Chevy in the back ready for her.
Alright, and we made it over to Alex's paint booth. So as you can see, there is the beautiful and shiny 68 Camaro, which has now been a little bit stickered, as they would say, but also, yeah, it's definitely fit for a drag car. So I think this thing is going to look very nice once all of the parts are put back onto it, because obviously we still need to mount the drag tires again and get all of the chrome fitted to this thing. So yeah, the order of this will be, I'm going to offload the Impala and put this one onto the ramp truck. And then we're obviously going to put the Impala into the paint booth, and we're going to be painting it black. So that is the color that is in the paint booth over here already for us. So yeah, let's head over there. We're going to get the Impala offloaded and put it straight into the paint booth. And yeah, I must just be careful of these traffic cars over here. They actually tend to run you over if you are crossing the street. Alright, so we are going to pull the 69 Impala off of our ramp truck now. And then we're going to start getting this thing painted, and it's obviously going to have to stay over the weekend for it to cure, or at least over the night. So yeah, let's fire this bad boy up. And just take it nice and easy. Alright, here's some traffic. Alright, and yeah, we should be good to quickly cross the road. Alright, and into the paint booth she goes. Alright, perfect, that'll do. Right, so let's hop out. We're going to start painting this thing, but I think first we're going to move the Camaro onto the ramp truck just to get it a little bit further away from the paint booth. I do not want to get any overspray on this freshly painted and decaled vehicle. So let's go ahead and quickly pop this onto our ramp truck again. Alright, so I finally got this thing onto the ramp truck. It was a bit of a struggle, because I think it's because this tire is a little bit low on pressure. So it was struggling to get up onto the ramp, but I managed to figure out the way to do this. Turns out you have to have a little bit momentum. But yeah, right now we are quickly going to grab the spray gun. We're going to spray that 69 Impala of ours pitch black, and then yeah, we're going to leave it over here for the weekend, or yeah, probably only for the day. I'll come and pick it up probably tomorrow off camera, take it back to the shop, and yeah, I might actually do a little bit of assembly work on it, but nothing too big. I'll leave the last touch-ups for you guys. But yes, for now, sit back, relax, and let's get this thing painted up.
Don't you know? Acid pine forest, smell of the sea, radio blaring, just my truck and me, reckoning the miles and the hours to come. We'll make that Chevy sparkle underneath the sun. Island view ahead, paint booth inside, vision in my head of metal and light, with a song in my heart and a hand on the gear. Sip that island air, 'cause we're almost here. Riding down the road in my rusty red Ford, tow truck jamming free as a bird.
Alright, there we go. That was fairly easy. So yeah, we just need to do this last piece at the bottom of here. So that is all sorted out. And I believe I did get it under the hood and everything. So that looks fairly decent. Alright, so yeah, now basically this thing needs to stay over here, just so that the paint can dry properly. And just to show you guys, I did manage to get this little bit of rust off. I actually ended up using the angle grinder on that with one of those rust removal discs. So I think that is as good as it's going to be. I mean, this is our personal vehicle. We don't have to make it absolutely perfect. So yeah, let's jump into our Ram truck. We are going to head back to the shop and see if we can get that 68 Camaro put back together. Alright, so we are back at the shop with the 68 Camaro, Kyle's car, and we also have got the brake parts of Minty's quickly. So yeah, on my way back I did receive a phone call, and yeah, don't worry, I did pull over and take the phone call like a responsible adult would. But yes, we are going to start putting the Desoto back together first, because obviously we are going to have to put the Camaro up onto the lift to get the wheels fitted again. So I'm going to basically carry the wheels out as well. We're going to grab the hubcaps as well. I think those we could probably pop in our backpack. So let's just grab all 4 of these, and then we'll carry the wheels out and assemble the brakes and get this thing put back onto the ground. We also have got some new pedals, so that is also something that's going to go in the car. Right, so let's just carry all of these wheels out real quick. Right, and we also need to grab our toolbox again. So we'll take this a bit closer. Alright, and let's get the last wheel. Right, there we go. So luckily all of these wheels have been aired up already, so we don't have to struggle with that. Alright, and there we go. We've got everything ready to put this thing back together. So we just gotta distribute these hubcaps quickly, 1 for each corner. Alright, and before I forget, we actually did have a couple of comments about wheel spaces for this car in the last episode. So I decided to try 10mm spaces front and back. We're going to see what it looks like. If they really don't make that big a difference, we might actually remove them. But yeah, I don't know. It's not really a must-have. A lot of people actually like the classic look with the wheels a little bit further inward. So we're going to give it a try and see how it goes. Right, so I think what we can do is we can start obviously by putting our brake discs on. So I think let's do that. Right, so that is the wrong tool. Why am I taking the pry tool? Alright, so let's screw down this brake disc, and I will just do all 4 of them quickly. Alright, so the brake discs are all mounted, and yeah, they are tightened down, so we don't need our screwdriver anymore. So let's start with this corner over here, because we are the closest to our toolbox here. So we'll pop the brake pads in, just like so. It's a little bit tricky sometimes, but we got it. And there's our brake hose. Right, so the brake caliper can go on. Let's tighten up to the hose, although we actually need to take this hose off, you know, so let's not make it hard for ourselves. Are we going to be able to reach? No, we're not going to. So let's just come down a little bit, just like that. All right, we need to lean in here and just get this main brake line disconnected somehow. All right, so we've got the old brake line out, so that is definitely out of the way now. We need to also remove this brake booster, which is actually a little bit easier from the inside of the car, but we're going to just try our luck over here. All right, so there's the old brake booster. So master cylinder, you can also call it that. All right, so let's get the new one fitted first of all, and then we at least know this part of the job is out of the way. All right, and next up we're going to mount our brand new brake line, which is this one. Let's not get them mixed up now. All right, so let's bolt that up again. All right, so the main brake line is back into place, and now we can basically continue and just bolt everything up on this corner. All right, so we did do those already. Okay, and we're going to need our handbrake cable. So let's get that fitted. All right, so there's a bolt on this side, and there should be one over there. All right, perfect. And let's get our wheel spacer on first of all. Now I do have a 250 mil spacers, which I also wanted to check, but I'm not too sure if we're going to need those spacers on the drag car rather, so we'll see. Let's quickly grab this one. Just want to check it out and see how far out that wheel will come. It might be a little bit too much. Yeah, that actually doesn't look too bad. Yeah, but I think the 10 mil spacer will do the job over here. So let's just get the 50 mil spacers on the drag car rather. All right, so let's mount this wheel over here. Just like that. And there's our hubcap. All right, so that corner is done. All right, so this is going to go onto the drag car, so we'll just leave that around for now. All right, let's start with this caliper. So we're going to do the brake pads first of all. All right, brake pads are in. Let's grab our brake hose. All right, let's get everything bolted down. There we go. All right, and then we will grab our wheel. Obviously, I forgot the wheel spacer now, so let's just pop this 10 mil wheel spacer on first of all. All right, let's get our wheel mounted now. All right, so that is fairly decent. Let's go around to this side. Going to do the exact same thing. Going to pop in our brake pads. Brand new brake pads. Those are in. Brake hose. All right, bolt it down. All right, and zip those down as well. All right, so there's the wheel spacer, and get our wheel installed. All right, where's that hubcap? All right, there we go. And the last one, just gonna repeat it. All right, let's just grab our brake pads. All right, let's get these brake pads out of the box. All right, and spin it around just like that. All right, and brake hose is going on there. And bolt it down. All the places we need to bolt it down. Perfect. And then we'll grab the wheel spacer once again and get the wheel fitted. And I believe this car should be mobile again. So let's just pop this hubcap on. And there we go. She is looking a little bit more classic with these wheels. I just need to pop that hubcap on as well. Alright, so the next thing I need to do is get this thing lowered down, because we need to remove the pedals and also the handbrake cable, or the handbrake lever rather. Get those new parts fitted, and then we need to top up the brake fluid, which is very important, otherwise we're not going to have brakes at all. Alright, so let me just lean in here, get the handbrake off. Alright, that was actually off. Alright, so we're just going to push this car back a little bit. Luckily there's nothing we can let it run into, because our yard is kind of empty at the moment. Right, so we need to replace that, obviously. So let's grab this. We're going to remove the old one over here. It's a little bit tricky getting into there. Alright, but we've got it. Alright, so there's the old one. It's really not that bad. Alright, let's bolt that one up and tighten the handbrake. And then while we are under here, let's just get this pedals removed. Alright, so there's the old pedals. Also not too bad. They definitely don't look like they were badly worn. Alright, so now we're gonna just quickly pop these pedals into place and bolt them down just like that. And I believe this car is now officially complete. We just need to obviously add the brake fluid, which I'm going to do quickly. So this is luckily a very quick thing to do. So let's just grab our brake fluid over here. I hope this is a full bottle, because I do have quite a few of these bottles kicking around now. Alright, and let's see. Alright, that seems to be filling up quite nicely. Alright, and I think that should do the trick. We've got enough brake fluid in there. Alright, so now we just need to figure out what I did with the brake reservoir cap. Ah, there we go. I put it on the air filter. Alright, perfect. Okay, so let's jump in. We're going to start this thing up. We're going to move it out of the way, obviously. We should probably take it for a little bit of a test drive quickly, just to make sure everything checks out and that all the brakes are working. So far they feel fairly decent. And this car has actually got quite a little bit of pep. This engine must be a little bit tuned. Alright, we're going to miss the ramp truck there. Alright, are we going to be able to squeeze past here? We should be able to. Alright, brakes are definitely working. They are definitely much better than they were. Alright, let's not get this thing into any accidents. But yeah, I think it's definitely running and driving much better now with the suspension redone. Even we've got a lowered suspension on this thing now, but yeah, it actually improves the ride quality a bit compared to the old suspension, which was a little bit worn, but not too bad actually. So yeah, I don't really know why he wanted to do the whole lowered suspension and strip everything off, but yeah, it is done now, and we can't really complain because it was definitely a job for us to do. Alright, so we're just gonna pull this next to the trailer. I actually need to straighten the trailer out a bit. It's been sort of moving about by the looks of it. It's probably some gusts of wind moving that thing around. Alright, well, let's hop out. We're going to quickly just fix the trailer over here. Just put it a little bit straighter. Yeah, it might help if I actually tighten the handbrake on it. Alright, so now next up we are going to tackle this Camaro. We need to get all of the chrome installed back onto this thing, and also the wheels and tires needs to be installed on the car again. Alright, and this thing fires up with yeah, great ease actually. Alright, we're gonna try and line it up with our lift just like this for now. And I'm not gonna put the handbrake up yet. We are just gonna try and push this thing into position. Alright, slowly but surely, easy does it. Right, because I want to get the wheels fitted first, just to get that out of the way, and then we can start doing all of the nitty-gritty bits and pieces on the inside and such. Right, so there's our lift arms. Let's just get these under the car. Alright, this one can go back a little bit, just like that. And that should do. Alright, let's get this thing lifted up. And we've got some parts laying in the way. Alright, so let's get that in the air. Alright, and gonna need our wrench. I see the guy actually who painted the, or did the decal work, actually painted the wheel rims as well, in the same color of the car. Alright, let's just be sure not to loosen the wrong bolts here. Right, so there's our one wheel off. So we're going to grab a drag slick for that side. Alright, so this is definitely going to give the car the stance we need. Yeah, man, look at that. That is definitely looking amazing. Alright, and let's get this wheel removed as well. Well, that bolt was actually loose. Quite strange. Could have sworn I bolted them all down. Alright, so we're going to try and mount the spacer. We're going to see how it's going to look with those wheels at the front. Because these aren't really the thin wall wheels you would have on a dragster regularly, but I think this also will work quite well. It's definitely got the right style rim for a drag car. Yeah, I think those 50 more spaces does the trick. It definitely helps out quite a bit kicking those wheels out. We do have another one here for the opposite side, so let's get these wheels removed as well. Alright, so firstly take that one off. Alright, so yeah, I still don't really know what I'm going to do with these wheels eventually. They might actually end up going on a project vehicle in the future. So that is the reason why I'm keeping them around. They're really not in the greatest shape, but the tires are definitely shot. But the rims themselves could probably be reused if we get some proper tires on them. Because we've got a couple of these design wheels. It's actually a matching set now that we've got. Especially the ones on the Impala. There were some of those are also similar. And we've also got two of these on the trailer. Alright, so there we go. That is the last wheel off. Let's just grab our other drag rim over here for the front. Alright, so let's bring this over here. We're going to just put it into position. And what did I do with that wheel spacer? Okay, there it is. Right, there goes the wheel spacer. Let's get our rim on. And we'll just bolt it down. Alright, perfect. So that is the wheels and tires back onto the car. The right ones. So let's just have a nice look at this thing. Yeah, that is definitely going to look nice once we get everything put together. So let's grab this grille, which I've noticed is actually very badly worn. But it's not really... Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. So we're going to just roll with this old crusty grille for now until, yeah, Carl wants to upgrade the car a little bit. Maybe you can get a different style grille for this thing. I don't know. Alright, so let's get this front windshield back in. Alright, so there's the windshield. Let's get the rear glass installed as well. And I actually like the look of the car without the front bumper. But I think we'll install the parts. Carl can decide for himself if he wants to keep all the parts on the car. So let's get our bumpers back on as well. Yeah, these bumpers, they don't look bad, but they are definitely not brand new. Right, so as for the front bumper, we'll just get it mounted again. Alright, so there's that. And these are the door handles. Let's see what else we're going to need with the the wrench. I don't think there's anything at the moment. So we're going to need our screwdriver, which I obviously misplaced a bit. Okay, there it is. Alright, so we've got this gas filler cap. That's going on there. And there should be a screw on this. Let me just try and figure this out. Alright, so there it is. Gas filler cap is back into place. Let's grab our taillights. We've got a left taillight. Alright, and it's also got 2 screws over there. Perfect. And I think this one, it's a little bit different. This has only got 1 screw on it, if I remember correctly now. Where's that 1 screw? Okay, it's just on that side. And yeah, there's no other screw on this side, so that's quite strange. But yeah, we're not going to question it. Alright, and the door handle. Right, and this has got a screw right over there. Perfect. And this door handle. Alright, let's get this into position just like that. And we'll screw that down as well. Alright, perfect. Now we can finally get this thing back onto the ground, because I need to get the interior bits installed. We've got a dashboard and a racing seat that needs to go into this car. Right, and let's get these arms out from under the car, obviously. Alright, and just like that. Alright, so we can push this thing back now, because we've got the handbrake off still. Alright, and we also have got a roll cage we need to install, so getting this seat removed will give us a little bit more access for that. Alright, so let's get that unbolted. Perfect. Alright, so this is a very handy little seat for us to have. Alright, so there's the roll cage. Definitely a must for a drag vehicle, or any fast vehicle for that matter. Alright, we're not going to reach that bolt from this side. Let's just come around to this side. Alright, and bolt it down. Alright, so there's our driver's seat, or the sports seat. Alright, and just get that into position. Perfect. Alright, that is bolted down. Let's just get those 2 bolts on the other side as well. Alright, great stuff. So this thing is coming together very nicely. Alright, so there's our toolbox complete again. Now let's just go and grab the dashboard we have inside here. I put it under here. Alright, so we've got our dashboard. We'll just quickly slide this into position. Alright, and get our screwdriver, because it's got 4 screws to secure it. Just like that. All nice and tight, sorted out. Alright, and let's just bolt that down, or screw it down. Alright, and I believe this car is now officially complete. So do let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think of this 68 Camaro? How did it turn out as a drag car? It's definitely not the freshest car you've seen, but it's definitely a stunning little looker for, yeah, drag purposes. It's definitely got the power to do, yeah, I think quite a good time on the quarter mile. I believe Carl will let us know how it runs and drives once he actually gets it out on the strip. So yeah, I think also that is going to be a wrap for this episode, because we've been at it for quite a while now. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate every view, every like. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. But yes, until the next time, cheerio.